came up with an idea. Why don't we get a quiz show where people send in questions from all around the world? I thought it could be just a little bit different. Someone just films themselves saying, "Hi, my name's George. I'm from Canada. What's the capital of Belgium?" B, obviously. But you get people from here, but anywhere in the world, just doing a selfie of themselves asking a quiz question. How did Trump win the election? Or something actually better than that. Just for a bit of fun, and obviously in different locations could be really interesting. I think it might be lost. Okay, go for it, mate. Okay. Go for it, okay. Do a stunt. He's got one. Oh, that is incredible. See, Eddie, can you do a stunt? Oh, wow. That is some of the best. Yeah. That's some of the best I've seen, I've got to tell you. Okay, don't be so answer it. So, did anyone answer? I should look. Ant. Mel said Ant.
Mel is killing it tonight. She's going to take
that
all
is
the
incorrect, but thank you, Mel, for being probably one of the only few people that are watching. Let me get COVID out of there. You're here to promote this trivia night. Before we start the quiz, trivia night fundraiser. What's the deal and how do you do it? Do you actually know, or are you making it up?
Yeah, I know sign language. Yeah.
Do you actually?
Little bits of finger spelling and Auslan. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know nothing.
I'm not. This is rock. If you're wondering, listen on the question. This one here is find one or more different. So. Okay.
Oh, I've got it. Yeah. Okay.
So what do we got here? Oh, well done, Melissa. What are they doing? Like, what type of dancing are they doing? If you want to have a guess. So.
We can't guess. I can't guess.
So anyone at home? Anyone? It's Quizfast on a Friday night. How good! And we've got a guest. You know what? How lonely I get when no one's here. Welcome, Paul.
Thanks, JT. It's great to be here.
Yeah, and Paul, I've known Paul. How many years have we known each other?
About 11 years.
11 years being friends. It's great living in Kalgoorlie because you can have some friends. Paul's a great muso, and he came over, well, 10, 12 years to see one of my best friends, and then he died.
Brett.
So it was a bit awkward then. But no, but you're a great muso, and so if anyone knows him, Paul, send in a few questions, say hi to Paul, and we'll be talking. Anybody in Melbourne watching, or any friends?
Maybe. I did put it out on Facebook, so.
Oh, such popular in the Facebook version. We have a Facebook version. This is the one where you win. So basically, people send in the questions, and you race to answer them. So you comment, the first person to comment. This is the first question.
Hi, I'm Bendy Yabs. I'm from Lamington in Western Australia. My question for you is, what are the 4 strings on a ukulele called?
Now, what she's meaning, you know what? If anybody that's going to know, it's going to be Paul. But what she means is what notes.
What notes are they?
What notes are they? Does anyone know what notes they are? So even if, I suppose, the funny thing...
They're different to a guitar.
They are different.
Yeah.
They're not set up exactly the same,
Yeah,
are they?
no.
So what's different about it?
They're different notes. They're literally different.
And a guitar...
It's like having a capo on the 5th fret of a guitar.
Oh, so basically, what in a normal guitar, it's E,
A, B, G, D, A, E.
Yes.
And the ukulele would be like having a capo on the 5th fret, so it would be A, E, C,
Does anyone know?
C, and G.
Yeah, so basically, no one's coming back because I don't reckon they know.
Okay.
They don't know, but
I could be wrong on that.
Could be. I don't think you are.
Well, if someone wants to prove me wrong, I'm happy to accept it.
So does anyone have any idea at all? So why are we getting on in here quickly, Paul? Where did you grow up?
I grew up, I was born in England. My family emigrated to Australia in the 70s, and I grew up in Yarrawonga.
Yarrawonga.
Which is where I am going back to. Yarrawonga is a town, it's a little bit smaller than Cal. It's on the border with New South Wales, Victoria, New South Wales. It's on the Victorian side. Yeah. And there's a town on the New South Wales side called Mulwala, and I actually grew up in Mulwala.
Those are cool names. If anyone's from somewhere else, like I'm originally from New Zealand. Mum's actually Australian, she grew up in Melbourne. But guess what Tim's put? ABCD. It's not ABCD, mate. So what is it, Paul? What is your guess at it?
I think it's AECG.
Yeah, we'll know the answer. So anyway, if anyone doesn't know that. But thank you, Tim. You're always a champ for putting it through. And there you go. Easy as, yeah. It's really easy when you're ABCD. Yep. Okay.
What's going on, JT? It's the middle of the night. What are you waking me up for this time? All right, here's a question. According to latest research, who was the first person to draw up plans for a water pipeline from Perth to Kalgoorlie?
So to draw up plans to I just got to pause it because he tells me the answer. Okay, so if anyone's watching, reckons a massive lag. Oh, there is. Mel's put AECG. Is that what you reckoned?
That's what I think it is. Yeah.
I feel Mel. Have you Googled that? Because I don't know. Did you remember Mel playing a lot of guitar?
Well, no, but she knows enough that she might. If she took my clue about the capo, she probably would have worked it out.
So, Mel, did you Google that answer? I'm just feeling, because I don't know. I'm not saying that you're cheating or anything out there. But anyway, the pipeline is more of a Kalgoorlie line. It's a Kalgoorlie question, but this is about a pipeline. It's quite historic that Kalgoorlie was a bit. Apparently back in the 1900s when the gold boom was on, or even late 1800s, that whiskey was the same price as water because there was just a massive problem with water, and thousands and thousands of people died actually in Coolgardie because the water got polluted, contaminated, and if you didn't boil it first, you got malaria or whatever it was, and I think 10,000 people died of dysentery and all sorts of things. I think it was whatever it was. I'm good at making stuff up, but it was literally thousands, right? That died out in Coolgardie in the gold boom, and it was nowhere near fun. That's where lots of stories came from that. They got dysentery and just died. Like, it was just horrible death too. But anyway, the guy that made that pipeline changed that all forever. 600 kilometres it came. So
it was the biggest in the world at the time, wasn't it?
It costed a lot of money back in the time, but it changed the whole way gold was done. It changed, but it was 600 kilometres literally into the desert. This pipeline still to this today is the same sort of pipeline. So without that, we're all buggered. So what have we got? Eddie Vedder plays ukulele. Oh. Everyone does know my wife. She loves Eddie Vedder, and because he's a machine and he's great. So here's the answer.
Right. The answer is John Forrest. You see why O'Connor was the first man to build it, but John Forrest was the first man to think about it.
Okay.
Now, JT, leave me alone. Bugger off. I'm busy.
Yeah, he's busy. I don't want to know what he's busy doing in bed, but yeah, it's great. So that pipeline was quite big because C.Y. O'Connor, he'd been under so much pressure because it took too long, pretty much like any government project that's ever existed, isn't it? Took a bit long, and he took that quite badly because I was bagging the shit out of him in the paper, and he went sort of just accidentally killed himself.
So the story goes.
The story goes, and this few mysteries. So he killed himself, but what was funny, about a week later, the water started coming out, and he went, "Oh, it did work."
Yeah, a lot of people were saying it wasn't going to work.
Wasn't going to work. Anyway, he changed this whole town forever, and literally billions of dollars has been made since from that pipeline. From the amount of money that's been made from the way they could process gold and stuff, like billions, like probably $100 billion, making it up again, but it's a lot. It's more than I earn in a week. So here we go.
G'day, it's Brett from New Zealand. So I went to work today wearing this shirt, and then I realised I'm the guy on my own t-shirt. Anyway, you might know this guy. He was in a TV show in the 70s, maybe the 60s. What TV show is that?
Do you remember that show, Paul?
Yeah, I remember it being on. The name escapes me at the moment.
You can't remember it either? Okay. It was a very, very famous show.
Yeah.
Very, very famous show. Do I need to give you any hints, do you think, or what do you reckon? Eddie Vedder playing, so... Eddie Vedder didn't make that. No, that's just 10-second delay, sorry. But it does take a few seconds to come through. But I reckon...
It was a puppet show, wasn't it?
It was a puppet show, yes. You're right. You're onto it. And I wonder if you can remember... Some people would... I know my other brother, he would remember what name.
Yeah.
Troy,
the name of the character, yeah.
Troy, he'd remember it was Troy and thing. And even when I was young... We knew it was a bit shit because you could see the strings and a lot of the scenes. But, man, people loved watching it. And even when I was a kid, I got to watch it. It was even a little bit...
Oh, it's a cult classic, you know.
Thunderbirds, yes. Thunderbirds. Go. And that's where they're saying, Thunderbirds, go. And I think they redid the movie... Cartoon, I think it's been redone though. So thank you very much, Mel. That's actually great. And does anyone know? Comment if anyone knows the name of that. Which one was it, Troy or Vance, or there was some weird names around, and it was really funny when they loved each other because it was like puppets. It was just odd. Yeah.
Well, that was the one that the guys from South Park took off with the what was it called, the Captain America?
Yeah, Captain. Yes, yeah, a lot of that.
That
They
was
were taking
hilarious.
it off. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just wreck everything. That was pretty funny. Yeah.
The sex scene was awesome in that.
What was the question, Judd? Well done.
So this one is an example, Paul. If you get a kid to do something, what you can learn is they probably won't do anything you want them to do. So this is a great parent one, but he did ask, and he wasn't at any duress while he was doing this. He was supposed to say when were seesaws invented. So that's the hint is, was it in the 1700s was seesaws invented, they think, or 1800s or the 1900s. So it's basically 1800s or 1900s. And Team America was that.
Team America.
Team America.
Yeah.
That was damn funny. Yeah, Team America. That was fuck yeah. That was pretty funny. Yeah, that movie was a great spoof.
Yeah, it was awesome.
South Park, I love South Park because they literally, now this is 1700s, 1800s, and 1900s. If you think swings, just give a guess. It's a bit of fun. And why are we doing this show is fun because COVID's been shit for 2 years and it's been not fun. So I thought, why not have a bit of fun? So, and this is your life with Paul after this. So we're going to have a bit of a life story in 2 minutes. So this is going to be great. But I'm sure I'll find out some great stuff. So, so has anyone got any? So send this through. We'll go to the next one. Okay, so read this one out, Paul.
What software company is headquartered in Redmond, Washington?
Do you know?
Well, that's where most of them are, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah,
I think
there's somewhere in that area, Seattle area.
Seattle. I thought it was more. Is that Florida?
I think Redmond is a suburb of Seattle.
Oh, is that Florida? Because I thought where's Arnie live? California.
Oh, it's California.
But I thought there's a big Silicon Valley there too.
There is too,
yes.
but I think most of it now is
1800s.
Could be right.
Could be right. Could be wrong. Could be right. Could be wrong. So anyway, here we go. How many dots appear on a pair of dice? How many do you reckon? You can work it out.
I have to work it out. Yeah. 15,
carry the 4.
18.
61.
21 on a pair, so it'd be 42.
Yes, Paul. Bomb. Did anyone else get it that quick? I don't think they did. I don't think anyone did. Probably 10 second delay. You worked it out before they get an answer anyway. So, but it could be another 10 seconds before they work it out. So anyway, but here we go.
Hey JT, it's Ellen here in Kalgoorlie. My question is, where in Australia was the first surf lifesaving club founded?
This is actually quite cool. Quite interesting.
What, you know the answer?
Where do you reckon?
I would say Torquay in Victoria.
Torquay?
No, hang on. No, maybe not. It'd have to be
Bell's
Beach.
It was close. I don't know if it's close to it because I don't know exactly. But I know the answer. But it's quite a famous beach. It's quite a famous beach. Quite a well-known beach.
Okay.
In Australia. Yeah.
But it's not Bell's Beach.
No, it's not Bell's Beach.
Okay.
Keep naming them until you get it
Bondi,
right.
maybe?
Bondi. Paul's a machine. Did anyone else get it? No one was answering, so I'm like...
Just a guess. Lucky guess.
42. Mel got 42. Why don't you listen to you say it and then said it? But, you know...
Maybe.
Did she get it? I didn't know. I couldn't be bothered working out the math. I was like... no, it's been a long day. I can't be bothered.
But it's the answer to life, universe, and everything. So,
is it? Yeah.
According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
They must have had 2 dice. So Bondi was the answer, and you got that correct for the first life-saving club in Australia, and still pretty famous now, isn't it? So that's pretty
true.
cool. What is acrophobia a fear of? Do you know before you say it?
No, agoraphobia is a fear of open spaces. So acrophobia.
And there was another phobia one I had.
Arachnophobia is fear of spiders.
Arachnophobia, yes, that's pretty close, isn't it? So does anyone know what acrophobia a fear of? So what's it a fear of? I'm scared of lots of things.
Is that picture a clue? Do you think? No. Okay.
It's not shadow puppeting. No. So it's like do you know what? I would be scared if I was leaning against something and it was sunny.
And you saw all those shadows, yeah.
Yeah, and you're the only person there. Like, I would definitely be like, oh, shit.
Well, then maybe it's fear of shadows or something.
Maybe fear of shadows, yeah. When you've got too many shadows Acrobats. Tim's saying acrobats. Small spaces. No, it's not a small spaces. There was another one I had. I can't remember the name because I'm dumb. But it was Fear of Dogs, which is pretty good. There's fear for everything. But it's not small spaces. It's actually quite obvious when you hear the answer. So I'll leave that one to the end so we can make it a little bit more exciting. Okay, so acrophobia. What's it a fear of?
Hi, I'm Bendy Sasa.
Hi, I'm Benji Abs.
Hi, I'm Bendy Eva.
We're here from Kalgoorlie in a box. And our question to you is, which country did the first box originate?
Acrobat, okay. Adobe Acrobat.
So, Tim, that was funny. When we're boxes first a bit, and Bendy Az has been so great in seeing some videos and helping me. Do you know what? It's been actually way harder than I thought. Just because people love filming themselves. They do. They pretend they're not, I don't like being in photos. And then you look at their Facebook, 200 photos of them going, look at me in a dress or whatever. Like, you what? You don't like your photo being done? You got 2,000 photos. So it's been a lot harder. So having people support me like this, and Ken and brother in Australia, and sending these few, because I think this can be really fun if we get on board. But this one is box. It's been way harder than I have, and she's been supporting me. So I love the one that Tim just said, the last one, PDFs, like
Adobe Acrobat. That's where that comes from. Yeah.
So that was very, very funny. Yeah, very, very funny. A fear of heights. Well, that's very, very close. Mel is a fear of heights. Is very close. But boxes. What country were they invented in? Well, it's hard to know because Google might be wrong, but Google says, let's say, Ireland, England, or Scotland.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, probably England, just because it's bigger. That's
bigger,
just
yes. Well, I'll leave one thing. Fear of heights. Okay, so we can find out in a second. How many hearts does an octopus have? I didn't even know
they had a heart.
Yeah, I just thought that was so cruel. They just it turns out octopuses are incredibly clever.
Yeah.
And like people think they're like dumb or whatever it is, but they can open jars. They've done stuff with their open jars and get money out, or if there's food in there, they know how to open it and get on quite complex different things, change color and they can actually operate each leg individually. Like it can almost act like a hand, but they can do 8 of them.
Separate arm,
you can act autonomously or whatever. China, that's not correct because I said 3 of those countries, but it's actually quite funny. How many hearts do they have? How many hearts does an octopus have? So it's quite clever.
I didn't know any creature had more than one.
I didn't know. But it's actually quite surprising when you find out. But octopuses, I've seen one on a boat one time, a fishing boat, and it was on there, it was going around, it was about that big, you know, the legs and all that, it wasn't like that thing. And then it just sort of went into a little gap about this big.
Yeah.
And it just morphed itself through
it,
its legs, and it just sort of disappeared through this deceptively small hole, and then just swam away.
Yeah, amazing.
And I'm like, no way! Like, I just thought there's no way it can just. Yeah,
they're supposed to be more intelligent than dogs, apparently.
Yeah, I've seen some videos, and you're like, whoa, that's clever. And there's actually a South African guy I watched on a thing about he learned, and it actually became friends with him, and the octopus would go along and it was scared of sharks and see sharks, and it would see him and come out, and a couple of times it would swim with him.
Yeah, right.
And they almost became friends. And on this video, they actually became friends, but they only lived for 1 year, which is quite crazy. And he was actually generally quite sad.
Okay.
They have one heart. Mel reckons they have one heart, but you'll find out right now because of the answers. Okay, GCEA. Was that Mel's answer?
It's backwards. Depends which way you.
Yeah, true. Should guess otherwise. John Forrest, we already knew that. Thunderbirds, we already knew that. 17th century for swings. 17th century swings. No one really answers that. Couldn't be bothered. And Microsoft was the Seattle one answer. So, and 42, Dice, you worked at that perfectly. You're pretty good mathematic. Muse is smart. And Bondo, we already knew that. And flying was acrophobia.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where's the acro? Why do you say you think it's obvious when you...
It's not really obvious. Yeah, you're just giving me shit now. So, but England and the answer was
3 hearts.
3 hearts. Yes, octopuses have 3 hearts.
Wow, falling in love must be painful for an octopus.
Imagine they got a heart condition. It's like, just wait. Imagine a doctor. Just wait. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching, and we're going to do Facebook now and do polls. This is your life.